Would you like a receipt?
Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to look at some ultra rare tropical fruit trees I'm growing here in Zone 9B, West Florida. These trees are not native to my area, so let's take a look. This is Cecropia, also known as snake fruit, and you can find this tree in the Caribbean rainforest. This tree really sticks out in the food forest because of its big leaves, and underneath you'll find this white / silver color, super nice, and this tree can reach up to 20 feet in height. The trunk of this tree is known to make musical instruments. This tree will produce a long, skinny fruit anywhere from 6 to 12 inches long, and that's where the name snake fruit comes from. Also, some people say the fruit tastes like gummy worms. Here we have a Mafala breadfruit. They say this tree can solve world hunger. It produces a round fruit very similar to a cantaloupe. And this tree is used to make popular Caribbean dishes. This tree is considered to be an ultra tropical. So what that means, it will not survive the low 20s. These big beautiful leaves are very thin and they have a texture of suede. Very unique and probably the most beautiful tree I have in my food forest. This tree is so rare in Florida, they say there's less than 20 of them growing in the ground. Some of those trees can be found in the Food and Spice Park in Miami, Florida. This is cacao. They use this fruit to make chocolate. The fruit in this particular variety is yellow, but there is also a variety that produces a red seed pod. This tree likes to be in a shaded environment, but it is very sensitive to wind. So I have it next to these bananas and other large trees to give it some protection. Cacao is grown commercially deep in the mountains of Dominican Republic. This tree is very cold sensitive and will start to lose its leaves with temperatures in the 30s. This is a coffee tree. It produces a small fruit that looks very similar to a cherry. Some people even call the fruit a cherry. Making coffee out of this tree is a process which you have to remove the outside pulp and then dry the bean, and then the bean later is grounded down, and that's how they make coffee. This tree can be found in South America in high altitudes. This tree is very cold sensitive and you can start to see damage on the leaves in the low 30s. Some people prefer to grow coffee in containers. It's very similar to blueberries, where this tree likes to have a very acidic soil. Florida soil is not ideal to grow coffee. This is soursop, also known as guanabana in the islands. The leaves are used as a tea, and some people say it fights cancer. This tree is very cold sensitive and loses its leaves in the 30s. Soursop is native to Southeast Asia. The fruit is green and has a very unique look. It has soft spikes to it, and the fruit can get to about the size of a softball and maybe just a little bigger. I've tasted this fruit a couple years ago and it had banana and pineapple tones. Very tropical. This is green Malayan coconut. This tree is native to Southeast Asia but can be found all over South Florida. The palms can grow up to 20 feet in height. This tree is cold sensitive and will start to show damage in the low 30s. Back here is a Fiji coconut, also a really good variety for coconut water. Here we have a Chacha. This produces a small yellow fruit about the size of a grape, and it's used to produce a juice, and it's sweet and tart. This tree is native to the Amazon jungle, and the leaves are very similar to a mango tree. Surprisingly, this tree can handle our cold temperatures, but will start to show damage in the low 30s. A Chacha is considered to be a rare fruit tree. I had a hard time tracking this one down. I had to go to South Florida. This is Inga, also known as ice cream bean. This tree is native to South America and can be found in the Amazon jungle. Has very interesting smooth leaves, and it produces a seed pod. Inside of that pod you will find seeds covered in a white pulp. Some people say it tastes like cotton candy. Mature trees are known to withstand low temperatures and even handle some frost damage. These trees grow very well in the Florida sandy soil and do not need much attention. Once these trees are established, they can reach up to 50 feet in height. This is a Spanish lime, also known as ganepa. This tree has a very interesting leaf, and it has this small piece here in between the leaves. I call them wings. You also see this on the ice cream bean tree. The fruit is round, about the size of a grape, and they use the fruit to make candies or drinks. Believe it or not, this tree is almost 4 years old. Spanish lime is a very slow growing tree, but once mature, it can reach up to 50 feet in height. This tree will produce male and female flowers because it's a rare grafted fruit tree. Let me know in the comments if you're growing any of these tropical trees. I'll see you guys on the next one.